Good morning everybody and welcome to RPM Technik, and today I'm going to take you all with me on a journey through the premises and we're going to meet some of the team on the way. Come along. Morning Zoe.
Morning Tim.
Hi Greg.
Morning Tim.
You're sales director here. This new showroom looks absolutely fantastic.
Thank you.
As always, a great and varied selection of Porsches here. Do you try and cover all the various cars?
Yes, typically cars up to 10 years of age, up to 60,000 miles, with the odd smattering of air-cooled cars too, but Boxster Spiders, Caymans, GT models, yeah, we cover them all.
Where do you source the cars from?
We're really lucky actually. A lot of the cars come from 19 years of trading, so cars we've sold before, and obviously cars that have come through the service department, which you'll probably have a look at later.
Thanks Greg. I'm going to take a look around the rest of the premises.
Cheers Tim.
So from the new showroom we come through into the second showroom, and wow, what a display of stock we've got in here. Not one but two GT3 RS 9912s, a 997 GT3 RS, a GT3 997, two 911 Super Sport 3.2s, a Targa and a Coupe, another GT3 RS, and a beautiful example of the 996 GT3 RS. Wow. Time to meet another member of the team. Let's pop upstairs and find Darren Anderson, Commercial Director. Hi Darren.
Hey Tim, you all right?
Things are looking really impressive here, and now we're in 2020. It's been quite a journey to get here. What's changed over the years?
You're right, it has been a journey. That journey started in 2001 when Ollie had a lock-up in an old cowshed about 4 miles down the road. I joined him a few years later in 2004, and we spent a bit of time putting together some really good, talented individuals to work with us. The premises was quite limited, so we got to the point where we were literally busting at the seams. These units became available and we moved here in 2011, purpose built for our needs here. And it allowed us the opportunity to again get back on the recruitment drive and start pulling even more of the guys we wanted to work with us into the RPM Technik team. We've got arguably some of the best guys in the business, if not the best guys in the business, and probably our combined technical experience for Porsche here is well over 200 years. So yeah, we've got a great technical base to our business here. That technical engineering focus that we have is something that we include in our mantra. So our mantra is engineering exhilaration, and I guess the exhilaration part of that and that focus on the customer's journey and the customer experience is a really important part to what we do, and it's something that weaves through absolutely everything that we've got here.
So in all the years you've been here, what was a highlight for you?
Well, the car you came here today in is a CSR, and I'd say probably without question, my personal highlight is the CSR program and what we've achieved. There you go, CSRs. But these cars are quite unique in as much as we're taking the modern classic era of 911, so 996, 997, Boxster Cayman, and we're taking them, we're stripping them right down, rebuilding them, We're including CSR upgrades, so we're including a lot of bits that we've developed over many, many years of building CSRs. What's unique about it is we also, as part of that process, we're getting the option of a colour change in, so you can have any colour you like for the bodywork. We have very bespoke offerings as well for the interiors, so you're creating a really, really high quality car, or Porsche, but you're creating something as well that's very analogue. And certainly when you compare it to the brand new modern era of Porsche and other manufacturers, it's quite a homogeneous offering now. And these are arguably cars for true driving enthusiasts.
Thank you, Darren. Your passion and everyone else's here's passion for Porsche really shines through. I'm going to go and meet some of the rest of the team. So I've come through to the service workshop, and the first thing I see is the no excuses mantra, and there could not be a better one for the workshop. To my left is Dave. He's detailing this absolutely gorgeous Guards Red GT3. That will look better than new when he's finished with it. Moving into the workshop centre. Hi, Ollie.
Hi, Tim. How you doing?
Very good, thank you. Looking around, it looks like you've got absolutely all of the kit here.
Yeah, we've got everything to do from tyres. We can all our balancing and tyre fitting equipment from centre locks to the 5-stud pattern. We've got the PPN. P-was testers 3, so we can plug into everything right up to the newest models, coding, ECUs, keys, everything you can think of.
And you have to have that to work on modern cars?
You do, yeah, even resetting the service lights. We've also got both aircon gas machines for the new compliant gas. Literally right back, we can do anything Porsche related.
That's really quite a setup. Tell me what types of Porsches you get in here.
We get everything really. We see a lot of water-cooled stuff more nowadays because there's so much about, but air-cooled, you know, we look after a few 356s. We do a lot of 32s and 64s, and yeah, everything right up to the brand new stuff.
All the way through from regular servicing to anything else bespoke?
Yeah, we can do regular maintenance, servicing as per the Porsche, you know, same as the dealer networks, and then everything from bespoke service. Engine rebuilds, gearbox rebuilds, we do suspension upgrades, whatever, anything you can think of on a Porsche, we can do it.
Excellent. Thanks, Ollie.
Cheers, Tim.
That's great. I know a bit later on we're going to catch up with you. You've got something very special to show us,
yeah.
But I'm going to move through now and see what else I can find.
See you in a bit.
Well, Darren mentioned earlier that RPM Technik can take on all forms of Porsche work here in-house. And this is one of those rooms where the magic really does happen. It's the engine and gearbox room. Now, a man who has over 20 years of Porsche experience is Dave, and he makes it all happen here. Hi, Dave.
Hi, Tim. How you doing?
Thanks for having us here in your engine and gearbox
Pleasure.
room. Now, you've over 20 years of experience working on water-cooled engines and air-cooled engines, but I think some of your highlights have come really working on air-cooled engines.
They have, yeah. I mean, I started out on air-cooled engines long before the water-cooled 911s came along. So yeah, thoroughly enjoy all of them, really, right back to the RS, RSR eras. But latterly I've become more interested in the turbocharged engines, and I've been fortunate enough to be able to work on 935s, 962 engines as well, although a lot of those are water cooled. Yeah. So yeah, any of the engines are just that little bit different, really.
So you can do everything in here, from a modern GT4 transmission setup right through to a full 2.7 engine rebuild. But you particularly like gearboxes, don't you?
I do, yeah.
As a specialist, what is it that you find interesting about gearbox rebuilds?
I think just the precision of them. You know, with the gearbox, unlike an engine, you know, a gearbox is only one way; it can go back together. You know, I enjoy doing all the setup and the shimming of them all to get them absolutely 100%. And it's interesting to see how they've evolved as well from the early 901 boxes, like we have one here on the go, right up to the cup car sequential boxes, which I particularly like doing. So yeah, it's just interesting to see how Porsche have taken a basic design and just worked with it over the decades to make it better, you know.
Dave, thanks ever so much. It's amazing to get into the real inner sanctum of RPM Technik, and a lot of people would say this is the real blood and guts of any Porsche, and I could spend hours in here just looking at things, but I've got some more interesting rooms to look at, so I'll move through. Thank you. Well, this is another room I always find really interesting. It's the Geometry and Motorsport Room, and there's always something interesting going on. I'm going to grab Ricky. Ricky, if I can,
Hi, Tim.
If I can just pull you away for a second. Tell us what you're doing here on the geometry setup.
Right, so this customer's in for fast road setup. So we're going to use the by-bath ramp, corner weights, and obviously doing a full wheel alignment. So we can get the car tracking in the right direction and help the customer enjoy his car more.
So you've got all the equipment here, but what does it take to set up a modern GT Porsche?
So modern GT Porsche, you need corner weight scales, you need the by-path ramp, you need the tooling. 991 GT3 RSs, etc. They have electric rear steer, which you have to take that into account. Centre lock wheels, so you need adapters, which then can mount up onto the wheels, and to get the toe and the cambers correct for what's being used.
And the settings themselves are based on experience, knowledge, and past experience.
You know, I've done lots with GT3s and obviously GT cars, and you know, if you are going track extreme, then you need extra camber, extra toe. But then you also need to shim arms to get the correct cambers and toes to make the car work.
Sometimes changing bushes as well.
Yeah, changing bushes to reduce caster. You know, there's quite a lot which goes underneath on these, and yeah, experience is a key, and people like you to drive them. Give us feedback.
Oh yeah, that's important. But every customer's different. I'm not going to hold you up anymore. I'm going to let you get back to work and look at what else is in the room.
Lovely, thank you.
Well, this has captured my interest straight away. It's a 997 Gen 2 Cup car undergoing a full rebuild. Now, I remember racing these extensively, and I can't wait to see this finished so I can have another go in it. Now, I said there was one more special room I'm going to take you to, and I'm off there now. Well, I promised you a treat earlier, and this is a room that very few people get to see. It's the Special Projects room. Let's take a look. Some projects in here are so top secret, even I don't know what they are. Hi, Ollie.
Hi, Tim.
Well, earlier you promised us a special treat, and this is it, the Special Projects Workshop. Tell us what goes on here.
So this is where we do all our restoration, bespoke builds, CSR builds. It's just a bit out of the way so the guys get the proper quiet time. There's no traffic through here, and they can just, they've got a lot of space to work, lay everything out and do everything from shell build up to, well, basically that is what we're doing in here.
And this is where CSR was conceived and built?
Yeah, this is where we now build the CSR models. So all the full builds, like the snakebite car, was built in here, yeah.
And a lot of these are bespoke individual builds that people want kept private as well, due to the specification and nature of the car. So what interesting projects have you taken on here?
Well, some of them I can't talk about because they're a little bit, some of the owners are a bit quiet about them, but you may have seen them at shows and stuff. This one's quite interesting. We're currently doing this for a customer at the moment. This came to us as a Guards Red Carrera 4 with a sunroof, and it's now, well, you can see the state it's at the moment. We're about to start building this up in the next few weeks. So yeah, we've got the carbon fibre roof panel, which we put on here. And it's had you can see it's had a full colour change to maritime blue, which was an RS colour, so that's a period correct colour for the car. Yeah, it'll go nicely with the customers. He's got a 993 C2S, so nice little garage for him there.
What sort of peculiar requests do you get, either mechanically or in bespoke trim?
Some people come to us and they'll just have a power figure. So they want, right, I want a 400 horsepower 964 engine, which we've done a lot of development on those to get good strong power from those. But we also, you know, right back to a factory restoration. So there's a 3.3 turbo over here that we've done for a guy that's gone completely original as it left the factory now. Back to the brown leather, white paintwork. Lovely, lovely car.
Well, it's fascinating, and I look forward to seeing what comes out of here in the future. Ollie, thank you very much for your time today.
Tim.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed this insight to RPM Technik and meeting some of the team along the way. Certainly we all look forward to seeing you here soon.